Okay, I just had to say something about this. This plant here is a Cinderella plant. It's about a month old. I think I started it just before May 1st, maybe last week of April, and it's now almost June in a couple of days. This little bugger is freaking ready to produce. Have you ever seen anything like that? It's got one female flower ready to open and at least one male flower down there ready to open. What the heck? I've never seen that. I've been growing pumpkins every year for like 5 years. I've never seen a plant this small ready to produce. It can't be more than 2 feet. And it's, you know, sister over there that I started at the same time is maybe, what, 6 inches taller? What is going on here? Is it the heat? So we've had one crazy time with the heat. 90-degree days. So this is my first time with Cinderellas, and that's the only thing that I can think of. This guy already has 2, possibly 3 female pumpkin flowers on it. So I wonder if it's indicative of the species to produce early and to produce frequently, because I did hear that they can produce up to 6 fruit on one vine, and typically you want only 1 or 2 fruit per vine. So if anybody knows what's going on here, please give me a holler. Otherwise, heck, maybe I'll have one crazy plant that has a ripe pumpkin for me in August. Bye. Hello everyone. So I decided to come and give you guys a update before I lose the light. As you can see, it's been a while since the first video. Everything's settled, the net's up. Let's take a look over here. On this side, we've got most of the vine growth. I don't know if you can see very well because the net is a little thin. But we've got some dipping going on here in the center. So I have PVC supports that I am planning on putting up. I just haven't gotten to it. My husband only has the weekends off, so I'll have to wait for him. I need at least 2 people to help me. 2 people, 1 person to hold it and me to secure it. So I have to wait for that. And last weekend we were quite busy. Let's see. What can I tell you? These over here, these are the mini jacks. Just started to see female flowers pop up on the mini jacks. Been waiting for a while for them to start vining. They're among the last of them to start vining. But I wasn't surprised by that because they are quite small. I ended up with about 100 plants here, and they're all growing upwards. The 2 that you saw that were further along are these 2 right here in this center pole, and that, if you can see back there, the tallest one up to the center pole. Those 2 are the Cinderella ones. Now, I was looking up how many pumpkins Cinderella plants can support, because typically it's only 2 or 3 per vine, but I heard on the Cinderellas that they can hold up to 6. So if anybody has heard any differently on the Cinderella pumpkins, do let me know, because at the moment I'm just trying to get as many fertilized as I can. Here is another female flower that's about to open on this Cinderella. Let me see, we've got that one. I'm pretty sure failed to pollinate. Get this in here, that was my first, and I've already created a little hammock for it. I'll probably have to redo that hammock as it gets bigger. They say nylon, but I don't want to spend so much on nylons. Because I do have 100 plants, and so that's about 100, 200 pumpkins that I can expect coming out of here. So I might just go to the fabric store and get some stretchy fabric. That's what I have there, is some stretchy fabric that I had already. These ones I'm pretty sure are the field pumpkins. You can see the leaves are sort of serrated, like a serrated knife. I've got female flowers everywhere. This is weird. I've never had this happen to me. So that one opened up, but it was the first flower on this plant to open. None of the male flowers have opened. None of them. And not a lot of my female flowers are dying either. This one right here is clearly dead. But from what I've seen, it's the only one. The rest of the females are maturing and opening, and even opening too soon, and I have very, very few male flowers to go ahead and pollinate them with. And at first I thought it was just an issue with the Cinderella variety, because I've never grown Cinderella before. I thought maybe it just had fewer flowers naturally. But as you can see, that's a field pumpkin, and it should, by now, I should be overrun with male flowers, but I haven't had a single male flower open yet. Okay, I can't say a single male flower, but not very many. This one, I'm pretty sure, got pollinated. I called it pollinated. If it falls off, then I'll take it off my roster. I have a little roster that I'm keeping track of. This one, I just let go to the bees today, so we'll see whether or not it got pollinated. I was just too busy to come out this morning and take a look at it. I have, well, in the previous video you saw the different varieties of squash that I'm growing, and I can roughly tell them apart. Again, the field pumpkins being the easiest ones that I can tell apart. There are also the strawberry crowns, which if you look at the tips of them are really soft and fuzzy. I can tell those apart. The four at the end are either Sweet Fall or the Deluxe variety, but some of them I can't tell apart. Over here, this one is a Long Island. I have, let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11 plants in these 3 mounds here that I just put in an extra spot. This one is a Long Island variety, so I'll be using that as a visual cue for when the rest of the flowers start get going. This is an extra field, Connecticut field pumpkin that I had that I put over here. Again, first female flower to get going. And over here is a Sweet Fall. I didn't find much on the internet about the Sweet Fall pumpkins. So this is the first female flower to start on here. And they're cute. They're really small, sort of teardrop shaped pumpkins. See, there's the male flowers. No bloomers yet. I do see some male flowers that almost seem like they're gonna die and fall off. I've never had that happen with male flowers, so I don't know about that. I'm gonna go out on the weekend and get myself a different fertilizer. I'm not too thrilled with the results of the fertilizers. It might be a fertilizer problem. the only thing I can think of, that it doesn't have enough for them. At least maybe not for a high intensity situation that I've got. So, and then over here, just a bunch of corn. I don't know if I put these a little too close together. Possibly, but they do seem to be growing nicely. Let's see. How tall is it? Maybe 4.5 feet. Yeah, I'd say 4.5 feet. I'm about 5'4". And it's about up to my neck. So, maybe 4.5. So, that's it for now. If I remember anything else that I wanted to talk about, then I will go back later and fill you in. Bye-bye.